My name's Yasmeen. I'm with the Secret Garden here in Elk Grove, and today we are planting a container herb garden. As we head into the fall season and the holidays, it's really great to already have one of these going because you'll find yourself harvesting herbs for all kinds of things, for all types of recipes. I love fresh sage in my stuffing, or to tuck a little bit of thyme and rosemary into a turkey or a chicken. And this is a really easy project, and it's a really low maintenance container. So what we're gonna do is, what's really important is to choose plants that all like the same conditions. So I wouldn't pair necessarily mint, which is a really thirsty herb, with something that likes a more dry soil like sage or lavender. So all of the herbs that I chose to add to the container today like the same things. And I think I'm even gonna throw in some companion plants to kind of add a little bit of color and interest, so it's not only herbs. And these are actual, they're edible flowers, so if we wanted to make our salad kind of fancy, we could take a couple pansies and add that into the mix. I've already filled my container with some potting soil and added a little bit of compost, but I'm also gonna make sure that I add a bit of, when I dig each planting hole, I'm gonna toss a little bit of our organic all-purpose fertilizer in there, just to give the roots and the plant a little bit of a boost in organic material and help make sure we get a high yield throughout the season. I am going to, there's not really a wrong way to do it, although I like to plant the taller herbs either in the center or towards the back, and the lower kind of creeping ground cover style herbs in the front. Let's get going. When the roots are kind of wound like this, it's nice to wiggle them up. This is rosemary. It's a really nice culinary rosemary. Sometimes the ground cover ones, they don't taste as good, so I like to do, this is called barbecue, or it's an upright rosemary. And I'm gonna add a little bit of fertilizer. Okay. Cool thing about this is it's gonna save a ton of money. These little clamshells of herbs, when you go to the grocery store, sometimes they're like $4 or $5 each. And you're gonna be able to harvest, these are perennial herbs, which means they're not gonna die back every year. You do this once, and then you have an herb garden forever. I'm using the things I use most. So I like to put chives and rosemary and all of those goodies in here, but you can do whatever you like. If you love to put, let's say you like to make a gin and tonic with lavender, add that in. Use the things that you use the most. So far we have some sage, rosemary, and chives. Now I'm gonna add my thyme kind of towards one of the edges because this is a low growing ground cover style herb. So we're gonna plant that in the front corner. And we can really fill the container because we're gonna harvest from this all the time. So we're always gonna be trimming and drying the herbs and using them fresh, so we can kind of pack it in. It's not gonna be an issue. I wanna add these pansies for color. I think I'll put that in the front too. And then the last one is gonna be this low oregano. This is Italian oregano. So it's really good for pizza sauce, pastas. And I'll add that to my back corner because I have some space back here, and it's just gonna stay low and kind of fill the bottom. This is looking really good. And then as we harvest and as this container fills in, we can always add a little bit more fertilizer. So what you would do once the plants are already in place and already planted is you would add the fertilizer to the top of the soil, and then you wanna scratch it in really well, and then just water. And then that brings the fertilizer down to the roots where the plants can access the nutrients. And that was super easy. And now I have a kitchen herb garden that could live on my patio or in the backyard, and I can harvest from it for years to come.